Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my daily diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's daily diary video, I want to read you a chapter from the Bible. Today it will be the first book of Samuel, otherwise called the first book of the Kings, chapter 24. And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-gedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rock of the wild goats. And he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet, and David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And the men of David said unto him, Behold the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt. And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth mine hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. So David stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. And David also rose afterward, and went out of the cave, and cried after Saul, saying, My lord the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stopped with his face to the earth, and bowed himself. And David said to Saul, Wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, Behold, David seeketh thy hurt? Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord had delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee, but mine eye spared thee. And I said, I will not put forth mine hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe, and killed thee not. Know thou, and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. As saith the proverb of the ancients, Wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom dost thou pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea. The Lord therefore be his judge. The Lord therefore be judge, and judge between me and thee, and see, and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast shewed this day how that thou hast dealt with me, forasmuch as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killedst me not. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thine hand. Swear now therefore unto me by the Lord, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house. And David swore unto Saul, and Saul went home, but David and his men gat them up unto the hold. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. A very powerful chapter about the importance of mercy and the way David pays respect to the fact that Saul was anointed in the eyes of the Lord, that he is the Lord's anointed. And when I think about this chapter, I think about the demeanor and let me see if I'm using the right word here. The temperament of King David. The word I'm looking for is temperament. The temperament of David. That David is able to, in the midst of battle, he's able to keep his wits about him about what the goal is here. And David doesn't view the goal as to kill Saul and reduce the overall strength of the Israelite tribe in some form of civil war here. David is doing his best to stay alive. And the desperation of David really comes through in this passage here, where he says, here, in 1 Samuel 24:11, moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand. And I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. That last part of 1 Samuel 24:11 is so powerful because it talks about it. For me, it voices the persecution that David has gone through, and he's really dealt with it like a man. Because you see here, David is pursued several times by Saul, and even though like he has some help, it's not great. Remember previously in 1 Samuel 22, the priests that helped David, remember Saul tells his own footmen to kill them, and they won't because they're all Jews. Then he tells Doug the Edomite to kill them, and he does because he's an outsider. And that's the kind of desperation David has been being persecuted under, and it's absolutely so powerfully voiced in this passage here where he says, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. Think about the way he says that, huntest my soul to take it. That the one thing Saul's mind is hell bent upon is David, and completely unrighteous, completely not in the right. And David voices that so well where he says in 1 Samuel 24:11, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. And so of course they do make the, David swears unto Saul that he will not, um, you know, destroy Saul's name, and it says literally cut off his seed after him. So that's good that they were able to, that David swears that unto Saul. And so with that, I'll go ahead now and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's daily dive video. Since yesterday's daily dive video, I worked at my chest, I worked at my legs, I created many Halo Infinite videos, I created a few Madden videos, and I created 14 God of War Ragnarok videos, a new game and playthrough I will be sharing on my channel. And I also created, uploaded, and scheduled this daily dive video for 11/5/22. And so that I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.